In this video, we'll discuss troubleshooting a memory battery alarm. The memory battery alarm occurs when your backup memory battery, which retains the settings inside the Odorizer, drops below 2.8 volts. This can be caused by the power being off to the Odorizer for a prolonged period, which will drain the memory battery, or it could be caused due to the memory battery not being jumpered correctly to enable the backup feature. The memory battery will not give an indication on the red indicator light and will not shut the Odorizer off. To confirm that you have a battery alarm, you want to press the red alarm button, press number 7 to page down to screen A6, and note that battery has the word alarm next to it. The first thing we want to do is cut power to the Odorizer. Anytime we're working on the electronics, we want to make sure that the power is disconnected from the Odorizer so that we do not damage the electronics in any way. This can be accomplished by pulling the fuse inside your main electrical cabinet or by disconnecting the incoming power wires inside the Odorizer. Once the power is disconnected, you can see that we show no information on the display. And by opening up the electronics cabinet, we can see that we have no lights on the RTU itself. Our backup battery is located on our CPU card, which is the second card from the left. It's marked C1, C2, and C3 at the top of the card. To begin with, we'll want to disconnect the two cables. The gray cable is our motor controller cable, and the black cable is our display cable. The Ethernet cable, if you have an Ethernet cable connected on the E1 port. With these cables removed, you'll reach inside and feel for the tabs on the top and bottom of the card. Press in on these tabs and pull the card straight out. We now have the card removed, and we can see the backup battery on the card. To replace the backup battery, we'll simply reach underneath it and remove it from its holder. Each new unit should have a spare backup battery inside of it. However, if it does not, you can source this battery locally. You'll want to get a Panasonic BR2330 or compatible battery. With the new battery, you will place it positive side up inside the holder and press down until it's securely in place. Once you have the jumper set correctly and the new battery installed, you're going to slide the card back inside by lining up the card with the rails inside the chassis, and you're going to push back on the card until you hear it click. Once the card's back in place, you'll attach your Ethernet cable to the E1 port, your black display cable to the C3 port, and the gray motor cable to the C1 port. Then, using a small flathead screwdriver, you'll want to tighten down the screws that hold the cable in place. You can then shut your electronics cabinet and restore power to the Odorizer. Once power is restored, the display will read attaching to PLC,